When you see a single black box listed on HDTVSupply for over $6,000 specifically, the QSC CX-Q 4K network amplifier, you kind of expect it to come with a stadium attached, you know?
Yeah.
Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, our mission is finding out exactly why this unassuming piece of gear commands a $6,230 price tag.
Yeah. It's definitely a number that makes you do a double take.
Right. I mean, the raw numbers are pretty staggering. We're talking 8 channels pushing 500 watts per channel for a total maximum power of 4,000 watts.
Okay, let's unpack this. Is that massive price tag really just paying for raw ear-splitting volume?
Well, I mean, that is the logical assumption, right? But the short answer is no. What's fascinating here is that the true value isn't just in its muscle, it's actually in its digital brain.
Okay, a digital brain.
Yeah, so this amplifier is purpose-built for the Q-SYS ecosystem. Instead of dealing with, a tangled mess of analog cables and guesswork in a rack room, you use this really simple drag-and-drop software over a network.
Right, and that lets you manage incredibly complex audio routing and advanced processing all digitally.
So it's less like a dumb muscle just aggressively pushing sound out of speakers and more like the central nervous system of a venue.
Exactly.
But wait, routing 4,000 watts to different rooms sounds like an absolute nightmare. Like, if I send the same 500 watts to a massive main stage speaker and, I don't know, a tiny bathroom speaker, I'm going to completely blow the bathroom speaker off the wall.
Yeah, you definitely would. But that's exactly where the digital brain takes over. It uses these features called FlexAmp and FAST.
Fast.
Yeah, FAST stands for Flexible Amplifier Summing Technology. Think of it kind of like a smart power grid. Instead of each channel being strictly locked to 500 watts, the amp can actually pool all that power together.
Oh, I see.
So that massive subwoofer gets the full 1,000 watts it needs, and the tiny bathroom speaker only gets 50. It dynamically reroutes the wattage exactly where it's needed without wasting a single drop.
That is seriously clever.
It is. And it outputs all of this through touch-proof Euroblock connections.
Right, which basically just means the speaker wires are securely screwed into a block rather than using standard plugs that can be easily yanked out, right?
Yep, exactly. Much safer and more reliable for permanent installs.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting because I have to push back a little. We're talking about 4,000 watts of power moving around dynamically, plus 8 mic and line inputs that provide 12-volt phantom power,
Right.
meaning the amp is constantly sending electricity out just to run the microphones. Wouldn't this box be a massive, overheated energy hog? Like, I'm picturing it just melting the rack it's sitting in.
You'd really think it would be an absolute furnace. I mean, 4,000 watts is a lot of heat. But when we connect this to the bigger picture, it's actually incredibly efficient.
Really?
Yeah. It features automatic energy-saving modes and uses this 5th-generation Class D hybrid powertrain. It's built on their PL380 Powerlight platform.
Okay, to skip the thick engineering manual, what does that actually mean in plain English?
Fair enough. It basically means it uses a high-speed switching power supply. It turns on and off incredibly fast to deliver massive output with almost zero wasted heat.
Huh.
It only draws the exact AC power necessary in that split second.
So it stays cool, and because it's not wasting energy as heat, it doesn't need those massive metal heat sinks.
Is that why this whole unit weighs an impressively light 26 pounds?
Precisely. That's the secret?
I could literally carry that under one arm.
Yeah.
That completely shifts how you build out a commercial installation. And for you listening, this actually matters to you because the next time you walk into a perfectly tuned multi-room sports bar or a high-tech corporate meeting room, you're experiencing this.
Exactly.
You're hearing this invisible networked magic keeping everything running seamlessly behind the scenes.
And because it runs so cool and takes up so little space, installers are putting these directly into central control racks. And, that proximity to everything else opens up a wild possibility. On the back of this amp, you actually have 8 bidirectional GPIO connections. Wait, general purpose input and output pins?
Yes.
Meaning this amp isn't just listening to the network, it's talking back to the room. Like, it senses when the presentation audio turns on and physically tells the projector screen to roll down.
Exactly. It can trigger lights, drop down those screens, or control almost any external hardware. So it really leaves you with this to ponder: if a single audio amplifier has this much processing power, network integration, and the physical connections to control third-party devices, how soon until it evolves from being just the central nervous system for sound into the primary master control hub for a smart building's entire infrastructure?
From a dumb muscle to running the whole show, that is definitely something for you to think about the next time you hear the game playing perfectly across 20 different screens.